Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties this morning. Okay. I, I think we are good now. Is this not working? Okay. All right. I think I think we're good. We got everything set up. Maybe. Nope. I get everything set up and then it doesn't work properly. There we go. All right. I think I think we got it now. So we are live um, on YouTube and locals. Um, welcome. We are on day 5 of Florida versus George Pino. Um, so let's see what day 5 brings us. I know that the attorneys came in early. It looks like they got a little bit of early start. The jurors were told to come in. Was it 10:30? I think it was 10:30. So they're doing legal stuff this morning. So let's take a look and see. I think I've got this queued up correctly. Um, and we'll see what happens today.
All right, thank you, everyone. Good morning. Sorry to keep you all waiting. State of Florida versus George Pino. Parties, would you please announce?
Good morning, Your Honor. Laura Adams, Jonathan Borst, on behalf of the state of Florida.
Good morning. On behalf of Mr. Pino, who is present, Howard Srebnick, Janelle Gomez, Ed Armelino, and Mark Shapiro. Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Marilyn, could you please swear Mr. Pino?
Yes.
Thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Thank you.
Let's see if y'all can hear this. If it's too loud, what
Let's
what we got going
discuss
on?
the witness, and then we're going to review some of the, body worn. We were able to send the portion of defense of the body worn,
Okay, now turn that down too low.
camera evidence.
We have, Judge. We took the opportunity to meet with Lieutenant Thompson in the coroner a few moments ago. He authenticated the video clips that we would want to review with him today.
Well, what Lieutenant Thompson can say about those clips is that they accurately depict the route that he took through the channel. However, most of those clips, Your Honor, were actually prepared by the state's expert witness, Mr. Albert. And what he did, because he was doing this with GoPro video, he was able to also enable the GPS that would go along with it. And so you'll see on the screen, for example, the speed or the heading that the lieutenant was taking as we went through that channel. And so he can't authenticate that part of it. That would have to come in through Mr. Albert because he can't speak to any of that. It's accuracy or anything along those lines.
Is that going to be the witness that you have for Monday?
Correct.
So,
And I anticipate introducing all of those videos through him, but Lieutenant Thompson can't vouch for anything other than.
Okay, so Lieutenant Thompson, I guess, is testifying today. The defense wants to bring in some videos, basically a day earlier than the prosecution intended to. the prosecution says they're going to call in this expert on Monday. Well, the defense wants to question Thompson about it. So, will the judge allow these videos to be introduced with Lieutenant Thompson, or will they, um, or will he have to be subject to recall and the videos introduced on Monday? We'll find out.
This is the route that I took.
Okay. Well, it could be subject to being leaked at this point through Lieutenant Thompson, or it could be addressed, I guess, with your last witness on Monday. I don't know, I'm not sure what would the defense be asking. Because I prefer not to have to bring back Lieutenant Thompson, and it would just be with that caveat. I mean, it's,
Judge, I don't know what the state's intentions are this morning with this particular FWC reconstruction to begin with. Regardless,
And we got paper stapling here again today. Fun times.
as Your Honor pointed out, we can certainly link this up on Monday through Albert. See if that's an issue.
that's fine too. That's fine. Oh, so, but either way, I would accept it subject to link, or that might, I don't know if that would be confusing or not. So I'll leave it all to you on that, because that was the one issue I wanted to make sure I addressed it. Is there anything else? Well, we may check, and I'm not sure if all the jurors were here yet, but is there anything else you'd like me to address before, we bring it to jury?
Yes, Judge. I have transcripts ready for the jurors to follow along for when the lieutenant testifies about the defendant's statements that are on body worn camera. So I've turned them over to the defense, but I can, at the time when we're going to be publishing these, I'll pass out the transcripts.
Pass that out, and Mr. Vorst pass those out as well.
Either way.
And do you have an extra copy?
We get 5 copies for that.
I didn't want to kill too many trees. These were all sent.
Can you email it?
Yes,
Yeah, email would be great.
but these are exactly the same as from the motion to dismiss. The only difference is that per the defense request, any reference to the defendant's decision not to provide a voluntary sample of his blood was all redacted, both from the transcript as well as the body.
And I want to make sure that you have reviewed that and confirmed it. Okay. Was there an extra copy, or no?
Oh, yes.
Those are just the-
No.
Let me check with Renee now on this one.
I am searching on how to reduce the background noise, so maybe that's not so distracting today.
Yes.
Oh, that's so annoying. Did I guess the court? So did the court rule? Oh, sorry, I was looking up things. here again today. Fun times.
As Your Honor pointed out, we can certainly link this up on Monday through Albert. See if that's an issue.
That's fine too. That's fine. So, but either way, I would accept it subject to lien, or that might, I don't know if that would be confusing or not. Might, I don't know if that would, that's fine too.
As Your Honor pointed out, we can certainly link this up on Monday through Albert. See if that's an issue.
That's fine too.
As Your Honor pointed out, we can certainly link this up on Monday through Albert. See if that's an issue.
That's fine too. That's fine. So,
Okay. So I guess
Oh, that's so
I don't know.
annoying.
Oh, now I gotta turn off the volume of it. I guess the court. All right. So let's see if we can zoom. Do we have anything else going on?
Yes.
Let's see where. Oh, looks like we got the jury coming in. So it looks like we're only about 35 minutes
let me ask you
behind.
some questions. Has anyone seen
Here we
anything
go.
in the news about this case? Been looking for it on the news, have you? No? Read anything in the newspaper? How about, social media? Has anyone attempted to speak with you or in your presence about the case? No. All right. No one's done any research, I hope, trying to gather any information outside of the courtroom. Very good, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to proceed now. State and call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state will call Lieutenant William Thompson, please.
Yes.
All right. We got somebody watching over in Rumble. Welcome. Say hi if you would like. I think that adjusts my volume. Listen back and see if that changes anything. All right. We got somebody watching over in Rumble. Welcome. Say hi if you would like. Sorry, I'm really new to all this. I think that adjusts my volume. But that doesn't do anything for the background noise. If anybody knows how to do this stuff, I want to decrease the background noise in court while still being able to boost their volume. If anybody knows, can you please comment um, and let me know, because I need to fix this and I don't know how.
Sir, please Step forward, face the clerk, and raise your right hand to be
Do
sworn.
you swear affirm testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Monitor, have a seat, thank you.
Okay, we got another fish commissioner, fish and wildlife.
Keep your voice loud and clear into the microphone. And you know it's pointed one way, the jury's this way, so keep your voice to the left or right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Morning, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Lieutenant William Thompson. I work for the FWC,
How long have you worked for,
Let's see if that
well,
makes
FWC stands for what?
Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission,
How long have you worked for FWC?
since 2017.
I want to call your attention to the date of September 4th, 2022. Were you working on that day?
I was.
Was it a holiday weekend?
It was.
Did your agency have an increased number of officers out there?
It did.
Why?
Holiday weekend, higher boat traffic around the area.
On that day, did you meet a person by the name of George Pino?
I did.
Do you see him in court today?
I do.
Can you please point to and describe what he's wearing?
He's wearing a dark sports coat with a blue tie.
For the record, the witness has identified the defendant.
Stipulation.
So identify.
Did you know him prior to that day?
I did not.
Did you have a chance to speak with him at a place called Elliott Key Harbor?
I did.
Initially, do you have a brief exchange with him while he's still on a police boat?
I did.
What was the purpose of that interchange?
To identify the operator of a vessel that was involved in an accident.
About what time was it that you came into contact with him?
Around,
If you need to refresh your recollection, just let us know.
I like to use my notes to look at time, please.
Just review your notes if you would, sir, don't read from them, and look up after you review them.
Around 6:37 p.m.
That's when you spoke with him?
at Elliott Key, correct. Prior to that, around 6:20-ish.
Okay. Now, did you at Elliott Key?
I'm having a hard time hearing. Apologize.
At Elliott Key, did you speak with him about trying to figure out whose boat it was and where it was trailered?
Yes,
Okay, and what time is that?
that is at 6:37 p.m.
Wrong button. I was trying to adjust my seat.
Was your interaction with him while he was on the boat at Elliott Key recorded on your body-worn camera?
It was.
Did you have an opportunity to review with me a jump drive that has a number of clips from your body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I'm showing Council States 5H.
All right.
Lieutenant, do you recognize any writing on this exhibit?
I do.
And is that your handwriting?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that signify that you've watched the contents of this clip and it accurately depicts portions of your body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
I move States 5H for identification and evidence.
Judge, prior to our subject, prior objections.
Some prior objection admitted.
5H, field mark for identification becomes a state exhibit 98.
Okay, I think I got the volume dealt with. Hopefully it's okay for y'all.
Lieutenant, the first clip that's on here, is that you speaking with him on a boat at Elliott Key?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it daylight or nighttime at that time?
Nighttime.
Do you remember about what time it was?
8:16 p.m.
Dang. Okay, so apparently this guy showed up that night, whereas the guy yesterday didn't show up until the next day.
So you actually authenticated 2 videos with me this morning, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on one second. Grab the other one.
Where are these, what was the exhibit number, please?
98.
90, thank you.
For the record, I'm showing Council now States 5G. Lieutenant, same question. I showed you 2 jump drives this morning. Can you take a look and tell me if you recognize initials on this?
I do.
And is this going to be
They
the clips of
open
your
the
actual
wall.
body-worn camera footage?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the other one, does that have to do with another issue that we're going to talk about in a bit?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I move States 5G for
That's funny.
identification and evidence.
Subject to prior objection.
Subject to prior objection admitted.
5G mark for identification becomes a state exhibit 99 in evidence.
All right. Looks like everything's working. We're good to go today.
the record, the state will now publish the statement that's labeled statement one.
Let's see how badly they chopped up the body cam.
And Your Honor, I have the transcripts for the jurors to follow along.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be handed some transcripts. This is for your use to follow the video evidence. These transcripts are not in evidence. The video is the evidence.
Yes, do you need one?
I have. Thank you.
I can't hear my computer dinging at me.
Where do you launch the boat? Where's the boat belong? Oh, Bush Breeze. So it's at Bush Breeze. So we're going back, we're going through the channel, and there was 3 sitting in the back. Yes, correct. We're going by.
All right.
We leave the boat in the water.
Hello, young rat. I see you. Watching, welcome.
Okay, 2 girls sitting at the back seat of the boat. 5 seats in the front, my wife in the middle. And we were coming, and I approached the waves, and first thing I always do, the boat hit, I was looking at the girls, and just to make sure they were sitting in the back. And the next thing I know, I hit the wave, and I tried to sway, and the right side of the boat, the left side of the boat.
We may have to turn this up.
Hit the bottom. Okay. So,
There we go.
do you have a trailer for that boat? The boat goes back to Ocean Reef, and it's in a rack. Okay. So usually I drive it back. Park on the thing that lifts it up, put it in the rack. You got any more of the 3 that were on the No, they're still, where are they? They're going to, riders most likely, one of the hospitals up in Miami. They're going to the system. I mean, we'll keep you updated as we go along. Okay, we'll keep you updated as we go along there. Go ahead and get the captain's name, get a bird.
So does his statement change over time? I guess that's what we're fixing to find out.
Lieutenant, it appears that when you have this initial interchange with the defendant while he's on that boat, are you asking him how the boating crash happened?
No, ma'am.
What are you trying to get information about at that point?
So I'm trying to figure out where the vessel comes from, see if it has a trailer, because we have an active scene out there. There's a boat drifting. It could become a navigational hazard. So at that moment, I'm trying to see if there's a trailer. I have people on land trying to coordinate on how to get that boat out of the water so it's not in the way of other boat traffic. So if he has his own trailer, the goal is to use his trailer to transport that boat.
So because he volunteered to explain what happened, because, trauma, he's guilty? What's your opinion?
So when he's telling you about some other boat or something, that's not what you were there to find out from him.
No, ma'am.
He's just spontaneously telling you those things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that was at about 8:16 in the evening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you speak with the defendant again a little later that same evening?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that also at Elliott Key Harbor?
Yes, ma'am.
When is the next time that you have interaction with him?
At 8:59 p.m.
Okay. Can you tell the court what you were doing? Well, when did you finish that little brief conversation with him?
8:18.
Okay. So from 8:18 to 8:59, almost 45 minutes or so, can you tell the members of the jury, are you having any interaction with George Pino?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then at 8:59, you then wind up speaking with him again, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, were you wearing your body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it recording that interaction with him?
Yes, ma'am.
At that point in time, do you have any sense that he's committed a criminal offense?
No, ma'am.
Was he allowed to interact with his daughter and the other girls that had been brought to Elliott Key?
Yes, ma'am. It was encouraged.
Now, when you speak with him this second time, can you tell the jurors, what was your aim?
Second time I spoke to him was to conduct a boating accident investigation. So I wanted to sit down with him and get the specifics of what he remembered that happened or occurred during that time.
Where is it that you speak with him?
At a park bench.
Okay. Were there other officers around you?
No, ma'am, not that time.
Did you raise your voice to him?
No, ma'am.
Did you order him around?
No, ma'am.
Was he cooperative with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he handcuffed?
No, ma'am.
Did he require any assistance to walk to that picnic table?
No, ma'am.
Was he responsive to you when you asked him questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you understand what he was saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wear your body-worn camera on that night, the same place where we see it right now on your uniform?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's basically at chest level.
Yes, ma'am.
When you're seated opposite the defendant and recording this interview, do you see his face?
No, ma'am. You see his chest, if anything.
During that interaction with him, did you ever ask if he'd been drinking alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Does he tell you anything about drinking alcohol?
He does.
What does he say?
He tells me that he had 2 beers.
Okay. During that interview, do you make arrangements for fire rescue workers to come over and check him out, make sure he's okay?
Yes, ma'am. He was bleeding from the elbow. I wanted to make sure that he was okay, so I had fire rescue take a look at him.
All right. For the record, I'm not going to publish the statement on the state's evidence, style 2, statement 2.
Counsel, did you have a chance to?
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me also add to the explanation about transcripts. Again, in which recorded conversation, recordings are the evidence, transcripts are given to you to help you follow along. Transcripts are not in evidence. If there is any discrepancy between what you see on the transcripts and what you hear in the recorded conversation, you must rely on what you hear in the recorded conversation as the evidence. All right? This will apply the instruction I just gave you to all of the recorded conversations you're about to hear.
We have a viewer on YouTube.
Judge,
Welcome.
So we can preserve
Welcome.
pretrial motions related to the subject matter of the
Welcome
witness
to the
testimony. Thank you.
number viewer. Let's do what this interaction is.
Working at WC. I do all voting actions at WCs. Anytime someone says something gets light-lighted, that's when it comes. So, right now, they'll update my office just getting to the hospital. So, we all went to the same spot, my office, medical staff, won't give it that update until my guys get there. They won't go to the pharmacy.
Can't see anything.
So, my guys are about 10, 15 minutes away. Everyone is over there. Oh, that's the all the girls? They're over there. There's some over there. There's some who's over there. I think there's a couple of us. No, there's somewhere there. All those girls are fine. They're a little bit, of course, go accident. So, as of right now,
Imagine that George is taking up the phone.
So, that's not what I have. I'm not going to have on anybody. I was hollow butt from
So is he
all over
leaning up
Sandbar.
against the
So,
officer? Is he
let
leaning up
me
against
get
something?
let me go. I was on the family. We were there on the phone with my wife. I'm still getting all the pieces. I don't know.
Alrighty. So I guess we're not going to see George in this clip. What are we doing, folks?
Your Honor, would the court please read the instruction to the jury regarding?
And then recordings.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have read it to you yesterday, the other day. There may be portions of these recordings that have been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of this case. Please, that should not concern you in terms of how you evaluate the evidence. And it must not impact you as to how you view or consider the evidence. Thank you, Judge. Mhm.
Alright. Make sure when y'all come in to like the stream on whatever platform you're using. It helps boost the algorithm so it gets out to more people. Commenting also helps as well. So if y'all have any comments, put them in the chat.
We'll come back to this. Let's do that here. No,
Come on to what TV, zoom
I
in
need
on
to
it
get
so we can
that.
see it.
Hey, well, what do you guys do fire rescue? Waiting for you to go from a gash in his elbow. He's waiting for a gash in his elbow. What are you guys grabbing?
Yeah.
Fire rescue? Yeah, we're taxing the boat. We should be able to talk about it for a second. How about fire rescue?
Did they not look at him before with the head gash? This is 8 o'clock at night. Did my stream freeze? Or was that the court? Oh, it's court TV's problem.
Rumbling noise you guys are hearing.
Okay. Let's see if we can find a spot where we don't miss. Okay, I guess we're gonna go from here.
At that time, it was activated in covert, and to remind me that the body cam is working, it'll rumble on my chest, and that's that rumbling noise you guys are hearing.
And we're leaning up against something again. Some I guess they're getting his written statement, maybe. I don't know. Because you can't see anything.
How long have you been voting? All the time. You have all this equipment on the boat, right? I'm actually checking if I have some people on the trail to make sure I get enough licenses. We go over the radio, I was gonna like, so, we have, and the only owner of that boat, put all the hours on it, do that channel. I was concerned when we were going through there, because it was too much. Over top. To be able to walk on the side, that was my life. Drove around the back. We were going through the last marker. When the boat going through the waves, I was veered to the right, so it cut into the waves. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Cut right through the waves. And I know that it's a waves, so I looked back at the two girls that were sitting. Okay. And I was a little concerned. I told my wife, watch, it was, I don't remember exactly who it was. It was Vogel, pretty sure it was Vogel, and Medea. Okay. So I turned around, and I said, hey guys, watch out, hold on, I'm cutting into it. You guys on the back, if you walk around, they were right on the back. And as soon as I said it, I was going through the wave, and I looked, and the wheel, I guess when I did one of the ways, the wheel turned a little bit. Okay. A little bit as I was coming back in. And I lost a little bit of control. I think I turned. Okay. And it was I'm pretty sure it was the left side of the boat that skidded. The left side of the boat, mine came in the front, trying to get away from me. And once you got checked it, it came up, what did you see around? And you remember, I know exactly. It's around. Probably telling it was very scary because I got up, so I couldn't believe
Oh, I'm
what
sitting here
happened.
talking to myself. Sorry.
So
Y'all
I
hear
yellow.
record? I don't think I can boost it anymore without blowing
Here.
out eardrums
Then
out.
I immediately back to see it in my head. I remember it was under there. Very clear. I got her. It was not a TV. Okay. And I shoot me out already. Got her. Pulled her up. And there was a boat that stopped. Please help. This would be the name. Remember. And all right, so the people that I waited
What's the point of wearing a body camera if you're going to block it?
got, and then I wasn't sure there's one people. Was there one? And then I get back up, I go around, a little bit out of breath. And two more people. And they're like, I started finding that. Come on in. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. I told you I'll keep you updated with anything I know, anything I learn about. They've already come to the models. They're on the other three. ask for consent to search the GPS and the engines to see if there's any engine issues, if the engine's revved, because the GPS will show us the track. I would love to get a consent to search the GPS, the engines, and the phone. Because that's what I want to see what the GPS is telling me. I want to know if the engine's in, once you hit that weight, did those engines will rev when they hit the weight, and then did a lot of product when it came through the wave. It's spun twice as hard, and that's why control was lost. I would like one of those. I'll get a form, we'll sign that in a minute. No, that's what I really want to do is I want to know what caused the accident. So we'll sign that, and then right now, we're pulling the boat out ourselves. We're going to take it to our. I'm just telling, I can't not tell you about these things. I just want to pull it out now. Yeah, we're pulling it out now. We're going to put it on a trailer. We're going to lock it behind a gate at my office. There's a bunch of purses and stuff in there. That's why I need to do
I
a
don't think they
search
pulled
too,
the
so I
boat
can know all
out
the
until the
purses,
next
all the
day.
bags, all the personal belongings out there too. Yeah, I mean, when it's going to be there, everyone's personal belongings. Let me get a pen and paper and pad so I can write down what the time goes like. If you guys, as soon as I walk in there. And then in a minute, I'm going to ask for a written statement from you and then a seating chart of where everybody, to your recollection, was sitting on the boat. That would be a minute. Real quick, let me go get that one form. You want to go talk to your daughter real quick? You want to walk me through? I'll be back in 5 minutes here. Over to Tom.
On the boost back down.
What time did you stop speaking with the defendant to go and get some other forms?
9:13 p.m.
The recording that we just heard, is that exactly the way that you and the defendant were interacting with each other?
Yes.
At the time that you're talking with him, is he showing any overt signs of being impaired by alcohol?
No.
Is he being cooperative with you?
Yes, ma'am.
In fact, is he volunteering to give you information?
Yes, ma'am.
And did he express any kind of concern for the people that were his passengers?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it seem legitimate?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, at that time when you're speaking with George Pino, do you have any idea what his GPS is going to tell you?
No, ma'am.
At that moment in time, are you thinking in any way that he's a criminal suspect?
No, ma'am.
At that time when he gave you this, explanation that there was some other vessel that caused this crash, did you have any reason at that moment to doubt what he was saying to you?
No, ma'am.
So at the end of that exchange, do you then wind up ultimately maybe talking with some colleagues, but then getting papers that you needed?
Yes, ma'am.
What were the papers that you needed?
Consent to search form.
Okay. What's a consent to search form?
It's a voluntary form that the individual signs.
Most defense attorneys, from watching, trials and other commentary, um, giving consent to things. I mean, a lot of people think, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong, so here, have this, have that," but they always seem to find something to nail you down, right? So I believe, one, don't talk to law enforcement without an attorney, and that would be including this. Um, but they have to have probable cause to search things, and if this was just a slight accident, right? There would be no probable cause to search his stuff. I do not believe so. I'm not an attorney. I do not know, but that's yeah. I'll just throw that out there.
To give us access to look at whatever we put on it, so GPSs, hatches, engine data, just so we can do a thorough investigation to look over the boat.
Now, while you went to go get these papers, where is the defendant?
He is still on the island. He's checking on the girls. He's talking to other people all around him.
Is he handcuffed?
No, ma'am.
Are there police officers on either side of him escorting him around?
No, ma'am.
Is he able to wander around freely with the other girls that were there?
Yes, ma'am.
About how long were you gone?
I was gone for roughly 20 minutes
Okay. Where was it that you had to go to get these papers?
to my patrol vessel.
Is that basically your, I don't know, like a floating office for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He didn't have the papers with him.
Now, when you step away from the defendant, do you mute your microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain why?
We mute our microphones when we're not discussing anything with the public. We're speaking to other colleagues, law enforcement, first responders, might be sensitive subjects, sensitive matters. So we have the ability to mute it when we're speaking to other law enforcement, not the public.
Okay, so muting it to speak with other law enforcement, they could always redact out what is not available for the public. So why mute it?
Was it your intention when you re-engaged with the defendant to unmute your microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you forget to do that right off the bat?
I did.
Okay.
And
But did you
why
at some point during
don't
that
mute
second
it.
interchange?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It'd actually be a third interchange, maybe.
Now, did your body-worn camera capture some images of the defendant while he was interacting with the other girls and on that island?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that one of the clips that you reviewed earlier this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I'm going to be publishing the clip in 3 Elliott Key Harbor. No, you're not. Not this one. And at this time, is your microphone on mute?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he have any bandages on his body?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
On his head.
I'm surprised they didn't take him to the hospital to be looked at with the head injury.
Your Honor, may the witness have permission to step down for a moment?
Yes. Can you mix up, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, are you conversing with your colleague?
I am.
That person you just saw with the writing on his head, who's that?
That's Mr. Pino.
Or his closed caption wasn't off. Maybe I'll turn the closed caption off on this, and y'all can turn the closed caption on my video. Why is it not available? I have to figure out why closed captions isn't available.
At one point, you see on your body-worn camera what looks to be like the top of a clipboard or something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe for the jurors, what is it that you're holding in your hand?
So that clipboard is where I keep a lot of the documents, such as consent to search forms, written statements. It's so I don't have to go back and forth from my vote to Mr. Pino, try to bring all the paperwork in, so we can sit down and take care of everything we can take care of.
Can you describe what it looks like?
Yeah, it's a plastic, looks like a folder, your clipboard on top, and on the inside it has all of, so I can follow the paperwork in there, so the elements like the sun, rain, can't fix the paper.
Thank you.
I need a soundboard so I can do this without having to minimize my screen.
After that 20-minute or so period of time when you had gone to go get these additional papers in your clipboard of sorts, do you communicate again with the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you make contact with him?
He's sitting on a bench with two young ladies that were passengers of the vessel. I asked him if he'd come back over to the park bench that we spoke at earlier.
And what was his reaction?
Cooperative.
Did you have to entice him to come with you?
No, ma'am.
He just instantly said, okay, no problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have to assist him at this point walking over to the table?
No, ma'am.
When you are with him at that table, is your body-worn camera still recording?
Still video recording.
But what about audio?
No, it is not.
Okay. Did you, in fact, show to the defendant a form called the consent to search form?
Yes, ma'am.
The record I'm showing counsel states 1P for identification. Lieutenant, I'm showing you states 1P. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
Does it have your handwriting on it?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this an enlarged copy of the consent to search that you showed to the defendant on September 4th, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
The record I move states 1P for identification and evidence.
No objection.
1P, marked for identification, becomes State Exhibit 100 in evidence.
Lieutenant, would you please read what is on that consent to search form?
It says, I, George Pino, owner, operator of fishing vessel, documentation DO 1294732, having been informed of my constitutional rights to not have a search of my property hereinafter mentioned without a search warrant and my right to refuse to consent to such a search, do voluntarily consent to search the following equipment: GPS units, engines, hatches, bags, personal belongings, etc. The above equipment may be searched for all data, including but not limited to waypoints, track lines, marks, routes, events, position data, and dates by special agents or officers of the FCC. Technical assistance such as authorized dealers, technicians, or manufacturers' technicians, or other FWCC enforcement designees. I further understand that anything or any article that may be found during the search may be used as evidence against me in any criminal or civil trial.
Your Honor, may the witness step down again, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Lieutenant, first off, who fills
The
out the name George Pino up here? And what is this documentation number?
Documentation is an identifier of the vessel that Mr. Pino is operating. It's a federal documentation number, stated in a different way, but that's a federal documentation identifier for us.
Speaking of that vessel, was it in fact taken out of the water that night?
It was not taken out that night.
It took a day or two to get it out.
Yes, sir.
Now I see under here, I voluntarily consent to search of the following equipment. We see GPS units, engines, hatches, bags, personal belongings, etc. Who wrote that in?
I did.
At the bottom, I see a signature. Who wrote that signature?
The defendant.
Okay. And what was the date and the time that this was signed?
9/4/2022 at 21:31 hours, which is 9:31 p.m.
Okay, and then down here, the name of the person giving permission. Who wrote that?
I did.
And I see name of person with missing signature. Who's that?
That would be me.
And did you fill out your name?
I did.
Below that, it asks address and telephone number of person giving permission. Who wrote that information?
I did.
And at the bottom, again, there's another signature of person giving permission. Who wrote that signature? And then the signature of the person witnessing permission?
That would be my signature.
Okay, thank you. Once the defendant gave you his permission for you to search his vessel, did you then advise him of what's commonly referred to as his Miranda rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you explain to the jury why you did that?
The reason I advised him of his Miranda rights was just in case he says something along the lines of,
There's not
I
a crime.
had a copious amount of drugs in my system, I drank something, I did this on purpose. I want to make sure that he's advised of his rights before he makes any such comment like that.
Was he under arrest at that point in time?
No, ma'am.
No handcuffs on him?
No, ma'am.
No physical force used against him?
Wait.
Right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. In order to advise him of his Miranda rights, did you have handy with you what's commonly referred to, I think, as a Miranda card?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the jurors what's a Miranda card?
It's a state-issued piece of plastic that we usually keep in our vest or in our pocket on our person. It has the Miranda warnings written onto it with a couple questions on the back end to ask the individual that we're reading the rights to.
Showing counsel states 5R for identification. Pretend I'm showing you states 5R. Is this a photocopy of the Miranda card?
So upon Google searching, right? Huh. So being read your rights does not automatically mean you're legally arrested. Police are required to read these rights whenever you are in custody, meaning you are not free to leave and about to be interrogated about a crime. Hmm. All right. So there's that.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
you would have advised the defendant with?
Yes, ma'am.
This time I move states 5R for identification and evidence.
Judge, just we want to preserve all the prior objections, including the pretrial motions to this area.
Absolutely it is, and no objection admitted.
I mean, we just have a standing objection, so I don't need to.
Sure, no problem.
5R, mark for identification, becomes a state exhibit 101.
Lieutenant, would you read from this document what you read to the defendant in the same type of tone that you read it to him?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. If you consent to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. Do you understand each of these rights? With these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Okay. Did the defendant ever tell you, no, I am not willing to talk to you?
No, ma'am.
At that point, he should have been like, yeah, no, I need a lawyer.
So he's still being cooperative with what he's out there to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Lieutenant, I have 2 pages here. Is the actual card, like, there's printing on the front and the back?
Yes, ma'am.
At some point while you're advising the defendant of his rights, do you remember, oh gosh, I forgot to turn on my microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you turn it on right then and there?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you don't.
And
use
once
the
you
word.
hit the microphone on your camera, is the remainder of that exchange with the defendant recorded?
Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I am now publishing the clip that is titled 4, Statement 3. Your Honor, may the witness have permission to step down again, please?
Yes.
The cops need to like replace their phone when they are.
What are we looking at right now?
My patrol vessel.
Is this where you went to retrieve that consent form?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you in fact start filling it out?
Yes, ma'am.
Why does he need to step down? This prosecution gets on my nerves. Does she with anybody else, or is it just me?
And that's the clipboard you described for us?
Yes, ma'am.
I just saw a young person with a life jacket. Was that one of the girls that had been brought back?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the defendant in this group here?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. What TV? Zoom in.
It's a little blurry, but. Oh. Who was he interacting with at that point?
Two of the passengers of the vessel.
Was there anybody from fire rescue with him also?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's this?
I have to look at my notes.
I'm sorry, can't hear you, sir.
Sorry.
I said I have to look at my notes. It's one of the passengers.
On this officer here, you see a green light on his light on camera. What does that tell you about covert on or covert off?
It means covert's off. That's so you can see that blinking light I was talking about earlier, that can be distraction. You have the ability to cover that up so that they'll make the light have you covert is on.
that the form that we see in the bottom of the screen?
Yes, ma'am, that's the consent search form.
Was it rocky up there?
It was.
Is this the picnic table that you're speaking to the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
And at this point, is he actually walking with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you guys side by side?
Not directly side by side.
So why is he
But you
writing
can't
it
see
on?
him because he's not in the field of view.
Correct.
What are you doing at this point?
Just describing to the consent search form and giving him his instructions with it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let this play for a minute. I'll be right back.
Lieutenant, as you're going over this form, the consent to search form, is he giving you any impression that he's impaired by alcohol?
No, ma'am.
I'm guessing this is why he didn't unmute.
At this point, has the defendant signed that consent form?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you now start to transition into beginning to get ready to read him his rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the bottom part of the screen, are we going to see a little bit of that card that you were using?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that it there? It's actually toward the top of the
You have the
screen.
right to talk to the lawyer after present if you want to raise questions. Or to hide them. When we appoint representative, you can bring questions if you wish. You can send in 10 questions now.
Oh, look, we have volume.
You have the right to stop answering at any time. Do you understand these rights? We have these rights in mind, we wish to talk. I have to do everything. So I have to do a voting exit report and I have to do our entries. So just in case you say something along the line of like you're about to drop or something like that, it's that you drive. I have to read your rights. So it's your right as being a U.S. citizen, I have to read you. You wish to answer my question. I know. I am not. We can talk at any time. I have to do everything I can do. I have to do my steps. But I do need from you a statement here, just pretty much what you told me would happen on a statement, and on the back, I need a picture of the seating arrangement to receive your dollars. I know the seating arrangement. Your date of birth again, sir? Your address one more time? Your phone number?
Of course, they don't bleep that out.
73887. Is it different than yourself? Same. Do you have your work number? Yeah. I'll try to get as much light as I possibly can. Pretty much where you were, like what you told me, where you were going, how fast you're going, what happened in the wake to the college, and write as best you can. I know you're not going to give me a well-written book, just the best of your knowledge. And then how long have you been driving that boat? How long have you been driving boats? That you check your safety. Everything is over. You check your safety. Every single thing. No, write all that, please. This is the last thing. No, that's fine. That's fine. All right. I started with the most efficient way possible. So, what's the first thing you want? The tiger? That will down the back. We'll flip it over and we'll just draw it out. Give me from 40 axis, so we were going here. Your investment's not insured, correct? It is insured? Do you have the policy number? 91. It is insured.
How are we doing, people?
the false arrest.
Lieutenant, you hear somebody say 9112?
Correct.
What's 9112?
That's my call sign.
Okay, can you explain to the jurors real quick, like, how it is when you're communicating on police radio?
So we communicate via call signs.
Is
so
that
every
important?
unit, every supervisor has a different number, so what you're hearing.
Standing close, you know?
So what you're hearing there is, that was a supervisor that was on land asking about the insurance company for the vessel that was in the accident. The reason for that is, we're trying to get that boat floated and get it to land, and it costs a lot of money to get that done. So what he's working on, while I'm speaking to the defendant, is getting the towboat or seaboat that we usually use to get out there and go through their insurance, so it doesn't cost their agency the money to get that floated.
LTV vessel is insured, it's good progressive.
What does LT mean?
Lieutenant.
What is it that the defendant is doing right now?
He's filling out a sworn written statement.
Did he seem to have any difficulty writing this statement?
No, no.
So he's not drunk. I mean, granted, it is 8 o'clock at night, and this happened at like 2.
I'm just trying to see anything, because I don't know what the turn off is going to be after the accident, so I'm not sure. How would that estimate your moving? I know, records, right? I would estimate, or I estimate myself. Oh, you think sorry.
I mean, I just have the miles per hour, but I would say I usually get out of this going like. I was heading to the middle, water street going.
30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour.
Only like 43 or less than 45.
Right at that.
I guess I do that.
What
Is that equivalent of that?
Depends on how much props you have, how many,
Have two benches.
what's people on. Well, there's some, that's why I want to look into the agencies to see what they're pushing, what the output, what your kids on your props are.
I'm looking at soundboards. Does anybody have any recommendation? I know nothing about all this sound stuff.
Okay, and then how much experience do you have driving that exact boat?
Holy cow. Roadcaster is expensive as crap. So that's not an option.
Or you're good. We're gonna do this real quick. I'm not an artist, so bear with me. That should just put like an initial or the best you can. First name, last name, is like a dot, and then put initial, first and last name. That's the seating chart you can. Now go center console where your wife work. Right here. Lots of different ways. Put your wife and your name here. Here. No, that's not. And then everybody else. Put up here. Put all, like this all here. All of that. Here. Oh, and then you know, was there any girl sitting on that seat? Do you remember which girl was sitting on that seat? Because I'm standing in here and the concrete and it's hard to see. That's why, because they're facing this straight up. The girls did the same thing for us. They had a better knowledge of where they were sitting on the front. Now it's just how we're going to get. Yeah. Let me do it best I can. Okay. I'm going to tell you, sure I know. I'm doing it best I can. Yeah. I mean, do they remember this or what? They did not sit. No, they only, the girls up here knew where they were all sitting. So they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know who was back here. I know that. Yeah. And the three individuals that were taken, the wife and two girls, remember which ones they were. So you know, it's Lucy. Lucy's up front. Yeah. Okay. Lucy got here. So me and Lucy got the other two girls right here. Okay. She got taken. So if you want to go where I got these. And then go over the right here. Go, I mean, got the Lucy right here. Yeah. I'm over. So kind of easy here. You don't have to, I don't think there's one thing. I want to get you, first, before I let you go, I just want to make sure that your wife is at Jackson South, so I don't send you to the wall. Yes. But you swear that everything you just told me was the truth on this statement? Can I get you to say the truth?
Two questions. First off, at that moment, when you say to the defendant, you know, I want to send you to the right place, you can stand up. Were you signifying to him, like, you're not going to keep him in custody?
No, I wanted to make sure he got back to his wife. He was worried about everybody that was injured, specifically his wife. He asked that.
Okay, now.
Why
let me just
not
back this up about
get him
10
back on the
seconds.
witness
I'm gonna
stand?
ask you.
Like, this is awkward. Very, very awkward.
Jackson South, so I don't send you to the wall. Yes. But you swear that everything you just told me was the truth on this statement? Can I get you to say the truth? Yes.
As a law enforcement officer, are you permitted to swear people in to tell the truth?
I am.
You want me to try to put the initials of what I remember, but I do remember.
We'll come back to that.
Looking at it,
We'll come back to it in a couple of days, time, I can put it, sure, I want to get you your wife, I don't want to change up.
the ones I remember, because they were telling me that, they were telling me so. Honor is here, CB, here. And then, really, I don't remember. I mean, I know they were up here.
I'm gonna ask you to write one more thing for me, so I don't forget it, after the accident happened, we went under the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I thought we called, and she was like under, or she was right next to me. It was so crazy.
Could you write which individual that was?
I was pretty sure.
Write that. Right that after accident, I found Lucy and supported Lucy or whatever.
Yeah, I helped Lucy. It was like, she may have come out of that boat right when I was gonna go under. And when I went under, she was like right next to me. And I think because I got into the boat where the cockpit was. First, in this area. So the boat's upside down. And it's here, and I was here. Right? I saw everybody over here floating.
Where, if she wasn't in the boat, where was she by the damaged area of the boat?
It was like, I would say, it was like right around here.
Could you put a little dot right there for me? Put just her initials? She's no choice, it's fine, that's fine. And then
So then the boat came.
Yep.
And then they left. And then I stayed.
And that boat just took Lucy.
And then I continued swimming, looking for people. And then came out, and everybody was over there. So you can see everybody was there. And a guy and a girl came out.
So Lucy was the only one who went with the first boat. And then the other two went, and then the two went with the other boat.
I don't not those. I don't.
That's fine. Will you write that
I saw they were ready to be.
Can you write that I was swam up to Lucy and I stayed with Lucy until the boat came? Can you write that one, please?
I hope that's his video, not somebody's phone going
My
off.
radio real quick and make sure I know exactly what I'm saying. I know, give me a second. Everyone's all right. Can you just verify what hospitals 9210? I just specifically with the older.
Oh, actually, Lieutenant, I just wanted to ask you a question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to take very, actually, just one. Because we can just go. How much longer do I need to do, right? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Okay, so
ladies
they're
and
gonna have
gentlemen,
it.
put you just gonna adjourn? Because we would take a break in about another 30 minutes, so if there's one juror, that's fine, send one juror in back.
So everybody have to vote?
Just sit for a moment.
What TV's gonna get trouble for that? Did they fall asleep? Oh. Okay, so they can't. I don't think they can do anything. So let's scooch through this little break. Maybe. Hope it will. Yes. Okay. Try not to miss anything. We'll let that play out for a second. So, how's everybody doing? We do have live chat going. So, anybody want to chit chat? So, yeah. Um, what do y'all think? I still am not convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. Um, I'm not sure how much longer the prosecution's going to have to close that gap in reasonable doubt, in my opinion.
All right, I think we're ready to proceed, guys, here.
Thank you.
Break for all the jurors and everyone else in about 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lieutenant, with the court's permission, if you could step down for a minute, I want to ask you if you can, help me. When we saw that first interaction between you and the defendant and he's on the boat, what time was that?
That's 2016, which is 8:16
I'm sorry,
p.m.
guys. I can't hear you.
8:16 p.m.
That's when you first start talking with him about where his boat is going to be?
Correct.
Showing counsel states 1L for identification. Lieutenant, I'm showing you states 1L for identification. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this an enlarged photocopy of the actual written statement that the defendant gave to you that we just saw the body worn camera
Didn't we
footage of?
already
Yes, ma'am.
introduce this
I'm going
into
to states 1L
evidence?
for identification and evidence.
Standing objection to this subject
Yes,
matter.
sir. Over objection.
1L, mark for identification, becomes State Exhibit 102.
102. Thank you.
Is there a place for the defendant to sign signifying that the information here is true?
Yes, ma'am.
Where? Right where my finger is?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please read for us the information that the defendant wrote down that he swore was true?
Going back to Ocean ORC through channel, Pass
thought we
boat
already
on
did
left
this.
side by my boat. Vessel to the right to avoid big waves. Coming back into wave. I lost control of steering wheel as boat was going through the big waves. I was ejected from the boat. In the back of the boat, I saw Mia and Sarah, my wife Ceci next to me, and the others in the front of the boat. I believe we were traveling at 40 to 45 RPM. I have owned the boat since early 2020. I swam to Lucy and stayed until boat came. Then I stayed looking for others inside the boat.
Record I'm showing counsel now states 5I for identification. Lieutenant, I'm showing you now states 5I for identification. You indicated something about, on the back of the form, something was going to be drafted.
Yeah, seating chart.
Okay, and does this show both the front and the back of the original?
Yes, ma'am.
So at this time, Judge, the state would move states 5I for identification of evidence.
Objections?
Same objection.
Admitted over objection.
5I, marked to ID, becomes State Exhibit 103.
Lieutenant, did you actually get to witness with your own eyes as the defendant was filling this out?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you be able to explain to the jurors what the various writings on here
Yes, ma'am.
were done?
Thank you, Ms. Stephanie.
This is your picture of a vote.
Yes,
How long have you been voting?
almost all my life.
Okay. Can you walk us through, what was it that the defendant was explaining to you with this diagram?
I asked him to use initials, first name and last name of people that were on the vote. The goal was trying to find the actual seating chart where everybody was on the vote.
What is
and
the
see
point
if
in
you remember
this
something.
part of her holding
So, as you can
paper up
see,
and
he
him
put
not being on the witness stand?
CP for himself, for Pino, CP for
The
Ceci,
jurors
Pino,
can
his
look
wife.
at this.
In the back, he has Mia and Sarah. Then up here, he gets KP and CP, Coco and Kasi.
About 2 days after your interaction with George Pino at Elliott Key, was it the case that that boat that was involved in this crash was salvaged from the water?
It was.
Did you, after it was salvaged from the water, conduct what's known as an inventory search of that vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain to the jurors, what is an inventory search?
Inventory search are used to find any valuables, watches, high valuable things, and make sure they're on the boat. We're looking for safety gear. We have the consent to search, so we're looking through personal belongings, hatches, the GPSs, the engines, trying to figure out what happened on that day.
In the course of that search, did you take photographs of the vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
This wouldn't it be cumulative?
The record I'm showing counsel states 5J, 5M, and 5K. Lieutenant showing you states 5J, 5M, and 5K. Do these fairly and accurately depict the vessel once it had been salvaged and you were conducting your inventory search?
Yes, ma'am.
The state would move the aforementioned exhibits into evidence.
Subject to prior objection, Judge.
Over objection?
C5J, marked for ID, becomes State Exhibit 104. 5M, State Exhibit 105, and 5N, 106. 5K, 106.
I'm sorry.
5J, 104, 5M, 105, 5K, 106.
All right, Lieutenant, with the court's permission, you can step down and
Yes.
first off, as to exhibit 105. Can you explain to members of the jury, what is this photograph?
That is a picture of the helm or the steering wheel, the throttle bar. There's two empty holes here where the GPS units were. This will be depicting where the operator was sitting during the operation of the vessel.
Lieutenant, I think you're aware that yesterday our jurors got a chance to actually see this vessel.
Yes, sir.
Were you there when that happened?
Yes, sir.
And so were the jurors able to actually see for themselves what the operator's eye view would be from the helm?
Yes, sir.
And that's basically what you're depicting here?
Yes, sir.
I don't.
In terms of state's exhibits numbers 104 and 106.
I don't like how she's doing this. In my
Explain to
opinion,
the jurors what we're looking at here.
In front of the center console of the vessel.
we've already shown all these pictures yesterday, didn't we?
Now, if there are a couple of people walking in front of the vessel in that bow area, is it roomy? Is it spacious?
It's not much room at all to move around.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this. We have evidence here in State's Exhibit number 11 that in the seat that's designated number 9 is the name Lucy.
Yes, ma'am.
Using State's Exhibit number 106, would you be able to corroborate or show where seat number 9 that says Lucy, where would that be on this?
So we're right here on this center, right on the center console on this padded seat.
So if I write the name Lucy right here, would that be accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
I think this is cumulative. We've already done this with other witnesses, I believe. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we did this to other witnesses.
Lieutenant, in addition to actually photographing the vessel itself, did you photograph the contents of anything that was recovered from that vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing counsel states 5N, 5O, 5P, and 5Q for identification. Do states exhibits 5N, 5O, and 5P depict a location where items of alcoholic containers were recovered from, and the items themselves?
I think earlier testimony said
Yes, ma'am.
Judge,
when
I'll
they were
remove
at
the
the
aforementioned
sandbar,
exhibits into evidence.
people were throwing trash into this boat. And the state has to
Mark
prove
identification becomes State Exhibit 107,
that George drank all these empty
5O 108,
How can they prove that?
5P 109.
Lieutenant, if you could step down again, please.
You know, if they use screens, you could just point to it from a seat.
In the back part of the vessel, behind where the helm would be, there appears to be a place where there's two round patches. Can you describe what that is?
It's a wash station. They usually have a hose on this left little pole here, and the other one's usually used for trash.
And did you look in the area where the trash would be, if there was anything in there?
Yes, ma'am.
In State's Exhibit number 108, Is that the top of what you saw when you opened that trash pouch?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you empty that pouch?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you photograph what was in there?
Yes, ma'am.
Does States 109 depict the items that were in that place?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in a position to say that George Pino drank all this alcohol?
No.
So what's the point in showing it if then
Do you
they
remember
can say who
exactly how
drank
many
it?
alcohol containers were recovered from that?
61.
And I wanted to ask you also, there are
I was
two
like,
exhibits that were already
fast.
admitted into evidence as states exhibits numbers 20 and 21. Do you remember seeing these on the vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
Were these other alcohol containers that were recovered from the vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
What are they?
Looks like a type of champagne in a liqueur.
People do drink when they're out boating. He said he had 2 drinks. The wife said that she drank the champagne and the liqueur.
Additionally, did you recover some flares that were on the defendant's vessel?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you states exhibit number 5Q. Is this a photograph of the flares you recovered?
Yes, ma'am.
I would know 5Q for identification and evidence.
And it doesn't sound like he had time to
5Q, mark
do
identification
the
becomes the exhibit
flares.
110.
I wouldn't think. I would think that this would be fast happening. I wish I knew what the prior objections were, but I don't want to go digging because
Might
I
sound
don't want to
obvious,
learn
but what are
anything
flares
that's
for
not
on
in court.
vessels?
Signaling for distress.
What do you do if your boat becomes disabled and you have flares?
You shoot off the flares, it'll create a large fold in the sky, bright in color, so other boaters can see it. And it's known around the boating community that that's a sign of distress and that people need help.
What was the expiration date on these flares?
October 20th of 19.
2019?
Yes,
When did you do this?
2022.
When did I remember that you asked the defendant if he
What's
had all the
the-
safety equipment that he needed on his vessel?
I did.
Would this be considered safety equipment?
It would.
Is it safe if it's expired?
No.
Judge, this might be a good time in the testimony, if that's all right with the court.
Okay, could you keep going to the new subject?
Correct.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been here around 40 minutes, around 45 minutes. Let's take our lunch break at this time. If you would please put your notepads aside and
I'm thinking they're doing lunch break or something, and that will bring us to live. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go on break. I'll leave the stream going so that we can interact in the comments.
As everyone stay in the courtroom, excuse the jury just for a moment and the chance to down the hall. Please remember
I'll make
to
sure
wear
they're not going to put
your
anything
badges well displayed at
on
all
the
times. No conversations with anyone.
record.
Anyone attempts to speak with you or in your presence about the case, please.
If they put anything on the record.
Let me advise the witness, you are under oath, you remain under oath, and not speak with anyone regarding the testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll have you excused at this time until 1:40.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking our lunch break until 1:40. Thank you.
Okay, so 1:40, their time would be 12:40. We're going to take lunch break with you. I'm going to move this up to live, and we're going to take a lunch break with them. What I'm going to do is leave the stream running, and I'll listen while I'm on lunch break for the court to come back, and we will join when they come back. Thank you for watching. We'll be back. Um, probably around 12:30, 12:45, something like that. So Central Time.